أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
سووا صفوفكم واعتدلوا. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا. هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما. ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ويكفر عنهم سيئاتهم وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما. ويعذب المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات الظانين بالله ظن السوء عليهم دائرة السوء وغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم وأعد لهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا. ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عزيزا حكيما. إنا أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتعزروه وتوقروه وتسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. ربنا. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Yes, again this morning I was struggling like what topic to pick. Like I already knew what to do, but two very independent topics. One is the upbringing of Prophet Muhammad, and the other one is leadership quality. So two are independent, but they are interdependent. One depends on another, because we cannot talk about leadership without talking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he was the leader, but the thing is, whenever we talk Prophet Muhammad, we start his life from his nubuwah after 40 years, when he becomes a risala, when he accepts the risala. We forget to address how he grew up, what all those good qualities came from. Yes, Allah has a message on that. Allah has his own process from the very beginning. It starts from the Surah Al-Fil. When Surah Al-Fil happens, there is a preparation for the coming of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In that, what happened was like this Habashan king from Yemen, he wanted to destroy the Kaaba. But at that moment, Prophet Muhammad's grandfather, Abdullah's father, Abdul Malik was there. And then when it scared him that the king sent him a letter to tell him that he's going to come to destroy the Kaaba, then Abdul Malik, what he said was, about the Kaaba, he has a protector. I'm not worrying about the Kaaba, but you took my 200 camels, bring me back my camels. Then the king brought him back and he wanted to destroy that. But within that incident, Tyran Ababil, the stone came and destroyed most of the soldiers, but few remained. Among those few remained was Baraka, Ayman was there. So that was taken from us POW, prisoners of war, and given to Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib gave it to Abdullah. When this happened, things start coming to work, because around that time, around 568 approximately, because the incidents happened 2 years before the birth of Prophet Muhammad, then Amina and Abdullah got married, and Abdullah, according to what I read, it says Abdullah didn't know, his father didn't know she's pregnant. Then he set out to Sham, traveling to Syria. On his way there, coming back, he passed away, died. So Amina, discussing with her slave, at that time you can call it a slave because it was given to her, to Ayman, that I see a light coming out of my belly and it irradiates through the valley and mountains of Arabia until the Basra, like Iraq. So when she said that, she didn't know who to discuss with. Then what she said was, oh, okay, Ya Ummi, she called her because as her daughter, Ya Ummi, this is, in your belly, there is very, very important person there. She's telling her. After that, the pregnancy was very tough, the first trimester. It was tough, but Baraka was there. She is giving her all the comfort she can. So after Muhammad born, Baraka was the first person, that little slave girl, was the first person to see Prophet Muhammad before Amina, because she's a midwife there. This happens, then Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he became to the age of 6, around the age of 6, what happened was Amina decided to visit her husband's qabr. They went out, on their way, they visited, they come back. When they come back, Amina lost power. She got sick. When she got sick, she was worried. And also, Ayman was worried at that time, Baraka. She was worried too. And then what happened was like, when Amina exactly knew what about to happen, she called her and she whispered her on her ear that, Baraka, take him as your child. I gave it to you with God's trust. And when this happened, at that point, Prophet Muhammad he knew, he sees these things. He was 6 years old. And he was going back and forth between her and him. Then Amina passed. Baraka buried Amina, and she brought him back. And she raised him until he got married to Khadija. She was around him. She cultured him. She modeled him. So but nowhere in the book or Sirah you don't hear about her involvement with him, because there is no one has authority to give about his livelihood, because she was there before he was born, and she was there also when he passed away at the age of 63. So my son asked me, Daddy, if she has to tell the Sirah and everything, if she has to, like the Sahabas, we would be worried. We were supposed to have too much to learn. Because as a child, we don't know now how he grew up. We know where he grew up. He went to his uncle's house, his everything. So this is how it tells women are behind his prophethood. Women raised him. That's why he stressed most of the time, Hajjat al-Wada, everywhere about women. Because women in America, even in the West, they said, behind every successful man, there is a woman. But at Imam Center, not behind, parallel to every man. Because everybody in this masjid, he gives she gives service, her husband does something like that. I can give you, for example. For example, Arif Mustafa is the president of this masjid. His wife is the principal of the madrasa. Like Uchi, like the lady, she's doing this iftar program. Her husband is like brother Erwan. He's doing all of them. Because voluntarism, if you don't have voluntarism, forget about leadership, forget about a successful community. Voluntarism comes. Look, those people who go into the parking lot, because I have to change, because he gave me, like brother Agus gave me only 10 minutes. I have to change what is important to us, what's day-to-day activity, what we use. Because we come from other communities, we complain, our community is not working. First of all, I have to ask myself, what do I have to happen? You know what I mean? Every community, if they don't give enough of their time for volunteerism, forget about the leadership. The leadership collapse anytime. Leadership must be supported by voluntary activity. Because if I have to do something, the leader, I have a right to ask him. I'm doing this on behalf, what are you doing? You are not motivating me, stuff like that. MashaAllah, in these 9 years, I have learned so much from Imam Center. I have learned from my professor, Ustaz Fahmi Zubair. It teaches me a lot. I come every time I have situations, but I would like to see many communities flourish in our area like this, because there is a reason to that. Every family, I can talk about for Ethiopian comfortably, in every household, a minimum of 3 children. What's going to be after 10 years? What's going to be after 15 years? For them, we are not ready. As a community, as a whole, global community, we are not ready for the new Muslims who are like coming to Islam in a large number, because Islam has a solution for every problem America has nowadays. You can call it social problem, economic problem, everything. They are looking into how the Islamic financial system works, how the Islamic familyhood is not going through that marriage, like divorce and everything. So we need to be very responsible. We need to look out. What's my responsibility first before I ask or I question, Brother Sharif, you didn't do that. I have to ask myself, what have I done on my part? So inshallah, all of us, we think we like the Imam ideology. The Imam ideology is serving Allah. By serving you, they are serving Allah. That's why they don't complain. No matter how hard it is outside in the cold. They are doing their parking stuff. The parking spot is only for 40 or 38 cars, but they made it to hold 70 cars. That's a huge dedication. They come all the way from Frederick, Maryland, from Reston, Virginia, from Baltimore, Maryland, to serve this community. And we should not be also a recipient. Sometimes we need to give. Alhamdulillah, today it's a Najashi day, and so I got this chance. That's why I want to give this khutbah. May Allah protect our community, inshallah. May Allah give us the best hidayah. May Allah save our brotherhood and sisters, our brothers and sisters in Palestine. They are fighting our fight. Masjid al-Aqsa is for all of us, but they are dying day in and day out. They are handcuffed inside the masajid, you know. So it's so, inshallah, like may Allah in all our countries peace. Especially I want you that country, you call her Habasha, is in need of dua now. In need of dua for many things, inshallah. We have so many issues, like it comes from outside, inside, you know, stuff like that. Inshallah, may Allah help the Indonesian government the way they helped us here to us to make it available for us to pray. Make Allah, the Egyptian, all countries, all the Somalian, every country, peaceful countries, you know. Peace. When there is peace, there is progress. There is no question about it. That's the outcome. Because the other side, the enemy of Islam, make sure that there is no peace in these places. Once the peace comes, inshallah, we are ahead of time. Wa jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.